Alright, hi everybody. So we're going to be doing some Honkai Star Rail. Hi Blaze, thanks for coming to watch. Or at least listen. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to hop over to our gameplay. And here we go. We're going to do like a 10 pull, I think, on Arsharan's banner. Just a 10 pull though, because there's so many good characters coming out, but I don't have the funds for it, so we're gonna be very picky and very like throw it a bone, but not, you know. I'm hoping in this 10 pull to get Gallagher. If I don't get him, then I'll just kind of pick him up from apparently the free 4-star picker that they're doing this time. But let's do a 10 pull. This will get us to like 17 pity. Unless Arsharan shows up or we lose a 50-50 or whatever. But let us see what happens. Here we go. Oh my gosh, it's a 5-star. Oh gosh. Now is the question of who it is. Oh, okay. Well, I lost a 50-50, but at least I now have a guarantee. This is kind of funny. The same thing happened to me in Genshin. I rolled on Shiori and I lost to Dea, and I was like, okay, this is still good because now I have a guaranteed which will work out. It's too bad. I lost a 50-50 and I didn't get Gallagher. Aw. This is like the luckiest unlucky roll. 7 pity. I was at 7 pity. So, but, oh well. We tried. Yep. Claim all rewards now. Here you go. Which is so useful, to be honest. But, alright. I'll just get Gallagher from the free choice, or the free, doodad. The free 4-star character pick, basically.
It feels like the stars just got brighter.
I gotta do some stuff for this little guy. He's... Alright. Yeah, it was a surprise 5-star. I'm shocked. Alright. Please. Update. These two. Yeah, I tried this. I kind of cheated a little, and I tried this last night. It's actually pretty good. You know, it's like you roll the dice. And you can get Primo Gems, or not Primo Gems, sorry, Stellar Jade, There's also this cute little 1-year anniversary pom-pom, and there's this phone wallpaper, which is nice. And this one is the everybody working towards it, so. It only started last night too, and we're already at 9%, or almost 10%, so that's pretty good. I don't think I have any dice though. Okay, no. We will apparently get dice tomorrow though. All you people, play! It says I gave 0 today because I used up all my dice I gave him yesterday. See, this is how much I've donated so far, which is pretty good, I think. Number 2. I can like myself, that's good. Yeah, and then they have these extra rewards that you can get, so. But that'll be for tomorrow, I think. Still need to do this. I got a little bit behind on storyline stuff, and this one just kept seeming to go on forever. So, but I like this. We got a little first, bit on the icon. Alright, so I guess let's start going through the mission. Okay, so you have witnessed the truth that can result in the collapse of Penacony, as mentioned by Adventurine. Robin's body starts to disintegrate from the crack in her chest and is eventually reduced to nothingness in the dream. Adventurine seems to have something to say. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve. Where are we headed? Yeah, I will admit, I did this part of the story the other day. I wanted to kick Adventurine in the shins so bad. Because I was like, okay, so we just went through things. We saw oh, spoilers, by the way, for those of you who haven't gotten that. But we saw Firefly die. She got killed, like, really bad, really severely. It was kind of violent. And then so we're going through all that. We're following your trail with Black Swan and Archer constantly being like, "Oh, these were her last moments," and "Oh, she died." I'm like, "Yeah, could you please stop talking about it? I'm making me feel really bad here." And then we finally get to Adventurine, and he's like, "Oh yeah, here I have a surprise for you." And then it's Robin's dead body, and like Stell starts crying and like gasping, and I'm just like, seriously, do you people have like no empathy bones in your body? Because none of you seem to be caring about how you're supposed to act around someone who's just seen someone die. Like, especially a loved one. Kind of like, it's like, "Oh, here's another dead body to show you." I was just like, just want to kick you in the shins and walk away. I'm going back to the Express. How dare you? But, alright. It's also called The Devil in Velvet, so go through this and see what happens. Of course, we kind of, I guess, semi find out that they're not ish dead, because I mean, Robin's gonna be playable in the next version. So we'll have to see what that's all about. I mean, she could be a clone for all we know. I don't know. got a comm gear from a bunch of teacups. Yeah, that hound was definitely from the Bloodhound family. It was Gallagher. Alright. What do you want to say now, sir?
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
Well, at least until she turned into bubbles.
Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they never lie.
How does that work? They hate me, but so they're not going to accuse me of murder. I don't think that's how it works.
This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC.
Okay.
Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time?
I barely even know who they are.
Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality.
Okay, I've heard about that before.
What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line.
Okay. Then how did Robin get killed?
Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission.
So, is this implying that one of the family killed Robin?
Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity.
Oh, yeah.
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
Thing is, like, why would Arthur kill Robin? It doesn't, it's like, huh. This is really hard to take in. That's just one side of the story. If that's the case, I can't trust anyone. It's that's definitely starting what it's starting to feel like. I can't trust anybody.
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda.
Yeah, I had the kind of the feeling because, I mean, you had the Astro Express crew, and then you had Black Swan, Archeron, Adventurine, Sunday, Gallagher, and then, like, everybody's out for themselves. There's no, like, one side against the other, and it's very confusing, especially when they keep taking away, like, they keep separating the rest of the Astro Express crew from the Trailblazer. The game audio is a tiny bit quiet. Okay, let me see. That's high enough. Okay, does that sound a little bit better?
Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Yeah, I suppose he's right.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Oh, she's still alive. After watching that animation with her dancing with Archer, I was like, yeah, we better be careful.
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do, but you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express.
The thing is, I wouldn't believe this if we didn't already know we were gonna fight this guy. So...
I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison.
No you're not. That belongs to Sunday.
This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls.
Well, yeah, I mean, they don't want you to steal their stuff.
You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser.
I kind of find that hard to believe, though. I mean, she's a renowned singer. Like, how are they gonna hide that?
That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
What? Like, what kind of help? I've got something on right now. I've got something on right now. I can't trust you. What kind?
I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means.
But I hate the IPC. Why would I want to help you guys?
Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
I don't know. You want to take advantage of the family's trust in us? The Nameless would never associate with the IPC. A decision like this is way above my pay grade. I don't want to work with the IPC.
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
He just gives me such sleazy vibes. Maybe it's probably his voice.
Saw sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
What now? What are your plans?
Go back to the Astral Express and leave. Like, let's just get out of here. This is ridiculous.
Black Swan. What is she thinking?
She is really pretty, though. Ugh. And the thing is, like I said, we know Robin's technically not dead because she got drip marketed. So...
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
I don't know if I would agree of this. It doesn't look like a bad deal for you. It's like every time we work with the IPC, they seem to be very... Like, we gotta bend their arms behind their backs for them to be decent people. It's like, considering they're supposed to be like a universal government, they stink at what they're doing.
He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Excuse me. I took a bite of muffin and couldn't swallow it fast enough. The Nameless cannot turn a blind eye to evil. For Firefly's sake, we must get to the bottom of this. Playing it safe seems to be the smarter move. Can I toss a die to let it decide for me? I guess we're gonna go with Firefly.
That is something I agree on. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern.
I have to say, I like Black Swan's voice, the way she talks. It fits her character very well, and so I unfortunately wasn't around for her banner because I took a break from Star Rail. But if she ever gets a rerun, I'll probably try to roll for her.
As for the other questions...
Did Death kill Robin? Do you think this is connected to Archeron? Have you noticed anything else unusual? I don't have any other questions.
I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
The only thing about this, too, is that I'm getting kind of mixed messages, because on one hand, all of the NPC quests I've been doing have been saying, oh, if you die in a dream, it's okay, you just wake up in reality. It'll hurt, but you'll just wake up. So if Robin died in the dream, that means that technically, she and Firefly should still be alive because they were in the dream, even if it's a messed up version of that dream. Unless they were killed at least in Robin's case, she was killed in real life and her dream self is just reflecting that. But again, she's going to become playable in 2.2. So...
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable of providing an answer.
Also, she's like, I danced with her and I almost died. I'm not doing that again.
But without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her. Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion. Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Wait a second, did we just pass by an NPC? Wait a second, give me a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, like, what's this guy doing here? Huh? Expected another victim. Oh, okay. This is from a quest I did before where there was a clock and I tried to fix it, but then it didn't fix. And it was like, oh, here's a tape. Give it to one of the Bloodhound members. So I went to the hotel and looked around and I couldn't find anybody. He was standing here. This is why he's here. But I was like, wait a minute. I was like, at first I was like, oh, okay, this is just a regular dream. But then I saw the bodies of the monsters, and I was like, wait a minute, we're in the same level where Firefly died. So what's this guy doing here? Here you go. Don't pick up anything ominous. I was looking for that guy too, so I'm glad I found him. Alright. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. Thanks for waiting for me.
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare.
That's for sure. We just watched 2 people die, including one we really liked.
Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths, and ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on just a sec. There you go, a small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf.
Oh, gave us a safety.
I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
You wouldn't be the first.
Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we?
You're not gonna go dance with her again, are you? Be careful.
What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
March, stay calm. Do I need to get off the express and help? Man. Oh, she knows.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
This we got. Fates, a parting gift from Black Swan. A tiny card numbered 0, seemingly absent from the Black Swan's collection. In the card's art, she casts her gaze into the mist of destiny. Yes. I know there was another thing, like we got this one, which it looked like a light cone, and I was looking for it, and then I was like, wait a minute, it's here. It's just kind of a oh, here, keep this for your memories and stuff like that, or for your as a memento. And I was like, oh, shucks, it's not a light cone. Alrighty. Continue forward. Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into colleagues?
I tested these crosswalks. They don't work. I stood in the crosswalk and the cars did not stop. They swerved around me. I'm like, they're not following safety regulations. Whoops. Neither am I, apparently. To say, did I miss the stairs? I know they're around here somewhere.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
That's an understatement. Like, just sit there and breathe and cover your face because it's like...
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Oh,
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
oh. I know. I thought Duke Inferno was going to be the next big bad guy, and then we just find out that, oh no, she killed him already. Like, what? You just killed off your big bad? What happened?
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive. As are you.
Okay.
You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
Which, I mean, I suppose it's probably not a bad thing that he got taken out, because, I mean, this guy is insane. I don't know if we could handle that level of crazy.
Vatora's fire demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy, until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die, just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
See what I tell you?
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white hot. They're still young, and I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
So basically, he's dying, and he wants to go out with a bang. Thank goodness he didn't make it to Penacony.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Yeah, he's
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
It makes me kind of wonder how this guy survived all this time. if he's this gung-ho about fighting her to the death, like, has he had this mindset all the time? Because he didn't get very far.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity. I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
Nope.
My time.
Oh. Damn.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary.
He's got massive shoulder pads.
He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this, so it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
I know they say don't trust her, but I mean, she seems like a decent person. And not to mention she's May, so...
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So, I know who is inside that cold armor.
Uh-oh. Are the Sandfly theories true?
How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I was doing some of the NPC quests for this, and every time you'd go to the family for help, they'd be like, oh yeah, we'll take care of it, and then you'd show back up to the NPC you were trying to help, and they'd be like trying to, you know, force them out of the dream or kill them or something like that. It was like, sheesh. I mean, you guys are living up to the name of the family. You are the Mafia. Goodness.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it.
If Firefly is Sam, that would be kind of interesting, especially with all this thing where he's like, oh, the Astral Express isn't your enemy, and oh, I saw that you weren't trying to hurt the Trailblazer, and so on. It's like, well, yeah, because Firefly likes us.
What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for her?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy.
Does that include Dong Hong? Is it like get him to come off the ship again?
I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
Oh, I wonder if this easier and more direct way was Firefly coming into contact with us. Because to be honest, if Firefly had been the one to tell us about the whole family thing and to help and say, we'd be like, yeah, we're right there. We'll come help you. But of course, we have to have it difficult.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
Why she would fake her death, though, is kind of a question, but we'll have to see.
That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Oh.
Hang on. I don't.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have.
Why does he sound sad about that?
I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light. And to burn. To keep on burning. Until I turn to ash.
Oh, that's kind of sad. Also, what is with her and having to fight all the fire guys?
So, I really envy you.
Oh.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
That was very interesting.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Robin to...
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Aw. Himiko's still being a good teacher slash mom. He's like, wanting to be there to protect us.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Yeah, the thing is, they talk about finding the murderer, but like we saw the meme kill Firefly, and also Black Swan kind of mentions that, oh, maybe the meme killed Robin too because of the cut looks the same. However, Aventurine was like, oh, Archeron did it, and it's like, well, I don't know about that. So it's like, who's is the meme being controlled by somebody? So we'll have to continue on and see some ideas.
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this, and we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Oh, that's right, because they got stopped in the hall before. Himiko and March got stopped in the hall. So I was like, wait a minute, when did you guys talk to the family? They were in the hall stuck while we were running around. Also, March's memory, considering she's lost her like original memory and it's been apparently repressed, she has a really good one. She kind of reminds me of Paimon. Like, Paimon can say things verbatim about this stuff, just like March can.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
Well, I mean, it's understandable. I mean, the singer just died under your watch, and not only that, but she's Sunday's sister. So, you know, I can kind of see them wanting to keep that on the down low until they can figure out what to do.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
He really is up to no good. Eventually is on guard against Archeron.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
I don't know if you would say they call it subtle. He came right out and told us that he thinks Archeron is the murderer for Miss Robin. That's not exactly subtle.
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Don't leave me alone again, you guys. I need somebody that has my back here.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future.
Also, if we're kind of secretly trying to look into them, what is it they say? The best place to hide is right under your enemy's nose.
As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while.
This is kind of off topic, but I love Himiko's hair decorations. Just the plain decorations on just her entire outfit. They just look so beautiful.
He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Adventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally.
I don't know. After all the garbage we've gone through being here, I don't know if you could have almost anybody as an ally other than the Express.
We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So we're a third thing.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. She's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
Aw, March cares about us. It's fine, let's focus on the big picture for now. It's fine, I got a lot out of him too. It's cool, you can bully me whenever.
You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
See, we do not get a choice on whether or not we're gonna work with him or not. So, alright, give me one second. Alright, and we're back. Right, so, we'll collaborate. Adventuring, always open to pull for your game account. What, like pull, like make a wish? I can imagine that to be like, Adventuring, can you use some luck and like roll for me? That would be funny. You received 100,000 credits. Thanks, boss. That's a lot of money. That's it? Wowie. some more.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Okay, that was kind of strange, but okay.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance.
That's the part I don't agree with. I don't like the IPC. They mess stuff up. I mean, seriously, the first time we basically really run into them, they try to show up and like liquidate Belobog. Because Belobog owes debts and interest that they had no idea about. Like, at some point, it might have been better if we just not removed the Stellaron, and they could have just kept going the way they were. It's like the fact that the IPC wouldn't even listen to reason of, yeah, this whole planet didn't even know you guys existed or space travel was a thing because it's been X amount of years. It's like, that doesn't give you a right to suddenly be like, okay, we need all your stuff now. But it's like, I guess thanks to Topaz, we actually got a reprieve to make back the money. But still, the whole thing is just really weird.
The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Also, if the IPC take over Penacony, the whole thing's gonna go to pot. Perhaps he's going for the hotel, perhaps he's going for the family, perhaps he's going for Archeron, perhaps he's going for the Astral Express.
He's definitely going for the family. And it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head-to-head. The fact that the IPC dispatched Aventurine shows that they do not intend to simply play by the book here. Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her, and can't rush to any conclusions. An attack on the hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't know that. I was also considering this possibility. Especially because he respects you so much, and has sought you out before a few times. Perhaps he's also unsure of your intentions and is probing you.
To me, it kind of feels like he's targeting us, like, oh, this person is strong, but she's still very young, so I can manipulate her, type of idea.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
I mean, also too, we're gonna be fighting him, so that kind of gives some stuff away.
Aventurine said something that concerns me.
He said a lot that concerns me.
He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious.
That's for sure. But why though? Does Aventurine have other plans? He's bluffing.
Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone.
Which, it technically didn't work for me, at least, because I don't feel upset about Acheron.
However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
She's a very gentle woman. She's a very mysterious woman. She's a very powerful woman. Weird, I can't seem to remember.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T.
Holy cow, she forced my hand. Whoa.
They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
I really love Clocky.
Checked off the list.
Can this be considered the majestic hall of art?
I love how you can hear the singing and the music from here.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well. Somewhere. That everything's just some horrible prank.
Well, considering Robin's gonna be playable, I think March could be right. But we'll have to see. I mean, like I said, the playable unit could be like a clone or do a memory or something, you know, so.
Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here? Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
Do you think the family is behind all this? We'll restore all the dreams back to normal.
Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our crew. The family and the IPC. Everyone has their own plans going on. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
The torture of knowing.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here.
The thing is, too, is like you can tell that this is a big thing because both Well and Himiko are with us. Both of the full-grown and knowledgeable adults are there to watch our backs. It's not just, oh, the Trailblazer and March and Dong Hung who, you know, are still kind of young and experienced and things like that. It's like, no, we got the parents with us now.
One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Uh-oh. That was definitely code.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch.
Oh, leaving Welt alone. He's gonna do some hard sleuthing.
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Oh, he knows we were being watched. Oh, wow. She really did come out.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Well, Welt's reaction right there was definitely, oh my gosh, it's May.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
And poor Welt, I'm sure he has to do a double take every time he turns around. Like, oh, there's Himeko. Wait, no, it's not my Himeko. This is a new Himeko. Oh, wait, it's May. No, this is a new May. Oh, it's Otto. Oh, no, that's Lucha. That's a new guy. He's got to keep adjusting himself.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
This is like, this is all very much, both of them are fishing of, do you know me? But I don't want to let you know that I think you know me, because I can't trust you quite yet.
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this.
Nope, she had respect for him.
And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane.
Yeah, because you got to remember, this is the Welt from Honkai Impact 3rd. This is not Welt's alternate self in Honkai Star Rail. This is our Welt.
So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths.
Uh-oh.
Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
Oh wow, he's really gonna go all out and after her. It's like, you threaten my family? I'll turn you into ash.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Everybody's after that thing.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words.
Yeah. Going by all the stuff we've seen with the trailers and stuff, she's been through a lot.
Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on board.
Oh yeah, that's us. I still kind of wonder what it is that the Astral Express does with the Stellarons that it seals. Like, are they sealing it and leaving it there? Is the seal permanent? Can it not be broken into? You know, like how is it preventing the same stuff from happening? We just carting around a bunch of Stellarons in the luggage car?
Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
Oh, she cares about us. She's okay, right?
She's fine. Let's just stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze.
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together.
This is gonna be really weird. It's like we're gonna be on the side of Aventurine, the family, and Archeron. Acheron? I think it's Acheron.
Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me, and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Oh, he's gonna be keeping secrets from us.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups.
Wake the heck up! That's a very interesting name for a coffee.
Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
That's very interesting. Stay safe, Mr. Welt.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams. Only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
I think the lady who does his voice is the same lady who does Beto. I think. I can't tell. A chest.
the guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet.
That's a music box. Very pretty, though.
You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
Oh, that's Duke Inferno. Oh, Dubra?
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
They sought refuge in a land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
When have those on the path of destruction feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out.
It's like, be careful.
What happened?
Oh. Interference.
The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way...
Somebody's talking, but we have no idea what they're saying.
It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Somebody behind the scenes.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together.
Okay, what? I know this is probably very threatening, but with the fire and the wine of like, okay, is this more Yuri happening here? I wonder if Constance was the memo keeper that Sparkle's looking for, because I did Black Swan's quest, and she told Sampo that, oh, Sparkle has confused her with another memo keeper. So I wonder if she was actually watching for Constance.
But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
Oh, switching to Adventurine's point of view. Yeah, I saw about this in the live stream. They were like, there's multiple stories happening here, so we're going to be jumping around a bit.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
Sigonia. Sigonia. Ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods.
Oh, this is the tiny adventurine.
Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth.
Okay, being dramatic.
You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Oh, Gaiathra Triclops, if thou can hear me, please open up thy 3 eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go.
Oh no, his mom's dying.
I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of falling rain? Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
Mommy! 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 The rain! It's raining!
Raining? Raining!
It is raining! It's true! Those Outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain. Mommy, we can leave here. We can go back home.
Back home. Gaiathra Triclops. You came. Do you hear that? Thank you. Thank you. Darling, listen. This is the sound of rain. On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from Gaiathra. Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child. Just like your name. A gift from them to Avjen. My boy. May the goddess Gaiathra glow close her eyes 3 times. Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful, and your schemes forever concealed. Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Aw.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed.
Oh.
Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself, until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare.
He tested it a few times. I was like, what, he'd jump off buildings? Like, eventually, don't do that.
That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray.
I can understand that.
Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was a stowaway.
Ratio, don't call Firefly a stowaway. I mean, she is, but be nice.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. Oh, she must have come across the other one.
Not just come across.
This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up.
I wonder, on one hand, I kind of wonder if it's Sparkle, considering she has disguised herself as Robin before, but Sunday was definitely really against it, so I don't know if it would be her.
What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful.
Incredible, gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend.
Oh, Sparkle.
Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony.
She lost her voice? I guess they did mention, Welt said something about how her voice sounded strange, and oh, shouldn't she be taking care of it? Because isn't she a renowned singer, and so on and so forth. So if she completely lost her voice, yikes.
If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very eyes.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, It seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
Yeah, especially if you were there as she died. That's kind of sus.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. Starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate.
Well, I mean, he is a gambler. If there's even a slim chance, he'll take it.
That man wants to see you again.
That man.
Who?
Sunday.
Oh, of course.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
It's kind of funny. It's like they're going like, oh, we're gonna go see Sunday and stuff, and he's like, oh gosh, am I in trouble? You know. And as he's talking, I just see this little thing wiggling back here. And I'm like, oh, there's one of those little birds. I'm like, this is kind of a somewhat serious scene. And then just a little wiggly bird back there.
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands.
Yeah. Also, too, is like, Sunday apparently really cares about his sister. So...
Well, without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
Oh boy.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
So we're in Sunday's house. I don't know. Sunday kind of gives me Ayato vibes a little bit. Like, he's very powerful, and he's had to kind of semi-fight for his position because when he came in and he became the head of the Oak family, they didn't just hand it to him. He had to, like, really go behind the scenes and get himself to that position. But he really cares about his sister, just like Ayato cares about Ayaka. But they're both very, like, very polite in face-to-face. But then they'll have, like, little things on the side of, like, oh yeah, I'm doing stuff behind the scenes and you don't know about it. The only difference is that for us, Ayato is a good guy, and Sunday could be an enemy. But we'll have to see exactly how much of enemy is he and who's really behind all this stuff. Because, I mean, I'm gonna say right now, I don't think he'd kill his own sister. But he does seem very devout to the Harmony, from what I've seen of him, so we'll have to see.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Amanicus star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
Does that mean we're not going to get to come in again?
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
Eesh.
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
You think
Follow
so?
me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the family.
That line just kind of gave me the vibe of him. Let me do the talking. Don't say anything stupid. Or don't open your mouth. You'll say something stupid. Side of Paradise. As the story unfolds, you will have the chance to progress the story from other characters' point of view. When entering a character's point of view for the first time, that character will automatically be placed first in your team. Oh. You can check the Fates Atlas interface to see which character's point of view an ongoing mission or completed mission is in. If you need to change your point of view to continue the story, you can select here to enter Fates Ensemble. For more details, please see tutorials. Click here. Change perspective. Ah, okay. So we get our first kind of chance of test of playable Aventurine. He definitely has that gambling theme to him. Oh.
Feeling lucky.
Thing is, there is a warp space anchor here, so I'm assuming we're going to be able to come back after everything's said and done. But first, I'm going to walk around and I'm going to get this stuff. A little green bird. He goes. It's funny, this kind of looks like a hat. It's like Sunday has an eye theme to him. There are eyes watching us. It's actually kind of creepy. Okay, good. This isn't like a domain or anything. You just kind of pause and stuff like that. Okay, that's good. Alright, actually, I will be right back. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back. I had to get up and get something, but I was doing some calculations with my, special passes, and now that I got, because I was thinking about going for, Boot Hill, and then Sunday if he's playable, and some people are wondering if he's going to be in 2.3, maybe, if he's playable, so, and so I calculated that if, in order to get both of them, since I now have a guarantee, I'll need about 270. And if since I buy the Star Rail Pass, I'll get basically at least 40 pulls a day, plus the 30 that were being given thanks to the anniversary, which is really nice. And that'll put me at like 259. So, and you need 270. So that's gonna be pretty good, I think. And that is, of course, if Sunday is gonna be in 2.3. He might not be, if he's even playable. But it'll make me feel better because then I'll be able to roll for Boot Hill and get him without having to worry about, eating into any of my any of my Sunday funds. That sounds like a snack fund. My Sunday funds, and then missing out on Sunday by a hair's breadth, because all that mess. But okay, so let's continue for a little while. I think I might stream for about 15-ish more minutes, and then I think we'll take a break. Because we've been going for like 2 hours or so. Almost 2 hours. Oh. Else? Good. Alright. Talk to this little guy here. Hendrik.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No entry.
It's like these two tall guys talking to this little guy.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect. My name is Ratio. He should have mentioned it to you.
Bring him the suspect.
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio. Your punch virtual particle clock is impressive.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional annihilating power armor of the Mobile Knights.
What?
Right, and as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours doesn't exist.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the Mobile Knights. Enough. Get going. Don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
That's kind of odd.
Seems like the idiocy index here is no better than it is out there.
Oh, don't be mean.
Enough! Get going! Hey, don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
There's a chest. Don't. I can sneak around and get it. Nope.
Dead end?
It stopped us before we get there.
The door is shut tight. Looks like we're on our own.
That's a door?
I mean, there isn't a door. How did you get in before?
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape, with the mechanisms hidden in these Nightingale statues. The direction of the statues can be controlled. On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify something before setting the statues in the correct positions.
Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look. Of course, we can also use brute force.
I don't think destroying his stuff is gonna put you in a good mood with Sunday. See, that door with the light coming from behind it reminds me of a dream I had. It was a dream where I had a dream where it was kind of like a Silent Hill type of situation, and I was a character, but I wasn't that character. I wasn't myself. I was somebody else. I was a character, and the idea was that they were running down a hallway, and they were looking for a way out, and they got to the end of the hallway, and there was a glass door. They were being chased by something. I don't remember what it was, but there was a glass door, and it had one of those push bars, and so they pushed against it, and the glass, or I should say the glass door, had that same kind of blue color behind it. So it was like, okay, this is definitely a way to get out. So they were pushing on the bar and pushing on it, and finally it wouldn't budge, and then finally right before the monster got them, they pushed again, and it opened up, and that's when I woke up. So, but that little sliver of blue reminded me of that. Walking on the walls again.
A reward with no risk? I'll take it.
I will admit, I do find walking on the walls really fun.
Protect all beauty. The dead return. Wretched and fleeting.
You won't get away.
Beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Yeah. The one thing is, I wish with Adventuring you could
control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
I wish that with Adventuring you could how do I put it? You could tell him for when they're fighting, they're doing the automatic fight, instead of him immediately using his ultimate, have it where it's like, okay, we're gonna click this piece, so have it where he won't use his ultimate until it's double full, so he doesn't keep using it in its unbloomed form. Wow, that's a really nice shield.
The dead return.
Oh gosh, there's so many cool characters. Alright, where are we headed?
Tricks.
Wretched and fleeting.
beauty!
You won't get away. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens, and I'm no exception.
It's on me. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all!
Six nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
Picture of this so I can remember.
But are these nightingales?
They don't look like that. They look like eagles.
They are. What's wrong?
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales. Why am I wasting time with you on this?
Hey, just because there's no eagles doesn't mean that they can't create eagle statues. Not everything has to be on theme, to be honest. Oh, okay. This is good. I was gonna say, like, if I have to remember that specific direction, we're gonna have a little bit of trouble. This first one needs to be facing towards the wall. These two need to be facing towards where the door, quote unquote, should be. I should turn that one counterclockwise as well. Also, if this is all you have to do to get into where Sunday is, this is not very good security. This one, yeah. Where's where the door is gonna show up? Oh, there you go.
Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to join the Genius Society.
Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that already.
I was being sarcastic. Can't you tell?
Oh, look at that, and they all face you, so it's nice and uniform. That's kind of nice.
Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect Penacony. Stop wasting your time nitpicking the family here.
I know. In this case, it's like, it's a dream. He can make it as grand as he wants to.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. Sunday must have thought the same. Let's head down.
Maybe that's not a good idea to be mentioning that here. Especially when you're already a suspect. Oh, it fell over. kind of suspicious. That trail makes my brain hurt. It's like, I keep just looking at that thing is like, okay, my sense of scale is thrown off. They must be fake, right? We're not gonna do the whole time with, actually... This place is definitely big. Look at that neat. Little miniature of an hour, I think.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong? Are we heading the wrong way?
No, but this door is locked.
My friend? Did you really make an appointment with him?
I know, we're having so much trouble getting in.
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can speak with him.
Wow, you that type of guy?
If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open this door in the hall, or this place will be our prison.
Wow. and Ratio doesn't really joke, so...
Oh, an escape room. My favorite.
Sunday must be really bored if he's doing all this.
Get serious. I've no time for games. Let's head back. The hint is probably in that prominent sandpit.
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Once I have enough savings. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the model. I believe you're right.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it intentionally.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right, Doctor?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
In burglary?
Feeling lucky.
Alright. And I guess what we could do is leave this here and then just skip back to the Trailblaze, and then we just kind of go. This actually is a good idea because I know that, like in Genshin, they had the whole section where you kind of get stuck in the chasm with Yelan and Ito and things like that, and it was supposed to be the idea that, oh, you're trapped in here and so on. But the problem is that the traveler could warp out of there to go do their daily commissions whenever they wanted. So you didn't really get the feeling of being trapped. If they had done it more like this, and the characters were just Yelan, Ito, Kuki, Yanfei, and Zhao, and you were like connected to, you know, let's say Yelan, then it's sort of like, okay, yeah, they're definitely trapped down there. So, all right. Well, I think what I'll do is, I guess I'll call it there for right now. I have some stuff I need to do and so on. But thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I also have a Twitter and a Discord channel to follow if you guys would like. Please no soliciting though. I'm not looking for artists or anything, so please don't come in for that. But yeah. So thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye.